Jericho.
What's up?
Oh, hey. I'm Trisha. Nice to meet you. Come on in. Well, welcome to Amazon. Like I said, my name's Trisha, and I'm the hiring supervisor here. It's nice to meet you. Did you have any trouble finding your offices this morning?
Nope.
Okay, great. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and your work or education experience?
I used to work at Walmart, but I quit because they wouldn't give me a raise.
Okay. So why do you want to work for our company here at Amazon?
Basically, first one I found online.
Okay. So what would you say your greatest strengths are as an employee?
Nothing specific. I'm kind of a jack of all trades, really.
Okay. What do you think your biggest weakness is as an employee?
And I am late to work a lot, but when I do get to work, I work extra hard to make sure I get my work done.
Okay. Tell me about a time where you had to work as part of a team to accomplish a project, and what were your contributions?
Well, let's see. Once I actually got put in charge of filling a large order, and I made sure everyone at my job worked really hard, filled it on time, so I looked really good for my manager.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have for you today. So thank you for coming here to meet me. Do you have any questions for me at all about the position?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, and we'll be in contact within the next few weeks just to let you know about our decision.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty, and I'll show you out right here. Okay.
So, what did you all think of Jericho's interview? I thought it needed a little bit of work. So, right off the bat, I noticed that his answers were really short, not very friendly, and not very professional. So, saying things like yep or nope in an interview has a really unprofessional attitude to it that the interviewer probably isn't going to accept very well. Secondly, he made a reference to ending his previous job on bad terms. So you might remember he said that he quit his job because they wouldn't give him a raise. So that's not something you'd want to bring up in an interview because it kind of shows that you're not very interested in the work that you're doing and only interested in the paycheck, which is not going to be good for you when it comes to getting the job. The third thing was that he didn't know anything about the company. He just said that he wanted to work there because it was the first open job he could find. So again, that kind of tells your employer that you're not very interested in the work that you'll be doing and you're only interested in a paycheck. Fourth was that he didn't have specific answers about his strengths and weaknesses. So almost every employer will ask you about your strengths and weaknesses. So that's something you need to think about and something you need to know before you go into the interview. And we all have things that we're good at, and we all have things we need to work on. So having an idea of what you're good at and being able to give examples, and then also having some ideas of things you need to work on and how you can get better in those areas. Next, you probably noticed he was texting at his interview. Do not do this. It is completely unprofessional to have your cell phone out at an interview. Unless it is an absolute emergency, have your cell phone out of sight and turned off or on silent. Your interviewer will not take very kindly to you having your cell phone out, I promise. And then lastly, when it got to the end of the interview and she asked him if he had a question for her, he didn't have anything to say. So this kind of just shows that he wasn't very interested in the job. So when you go into an interview ahead of time, have a question prepared of something you'd like to know more about the company or about the job so that your interviewer knows that you are really interested and eager to get the job. All right, let's see if this next interview can be a little bit better.
Hi, Sarah. I am. Nice to meet you. I'm Trisha. You can have a seat. Thank you. So welcome to Amazon. So my name's Trisha, and I'm the hiring supervisor here. It's nice to meet you. Did you have any trouble finding our office this morning?
No, I The drive here was very nice.
Good. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and get started. So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and your work or your education experience?
My name is Sarah, and I've previously worked at Walmart as a customer service representative and a shift leader. I worked there for 2 years after I graduated high school, and am currently working on an associate's degree in business at our community college.
That sounds great. Why do you want to work for our company here at Amazon?
I've been following the company for a few years and really enjoy the work you do. The fact that you employ eco-friendly practices and care about the environment really resonates with my own personal ethics.
So what would you say your greatest strengths are as an employee?
One of the biggest strengths is that I work well under pressure. When things get difficult, I'm able to keep my cool and work efficiently to get the job done.
That is really important for this job. What do you think your biggest weakness is as an employee?
I'm not the most confident public speaker. I have trouble giving presentations, but I've been working on improving myself. I recently joined as a volunteer with 4-H Public Speaking Club, and it has helped me a lot.
Great. Can you tell me about a time where you've had to work as part of a team to accomplish a project, and what were your contributions?
I once had to coordinate a large order for a customer. I contributed by organizing our groups into teams and providing each team with a portion of the order to fill so that we could service our customer as soon as possible.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's all the questions that I have for you today. So thank you for coming here to meet me. Do you have any questions for me at all about this position?
Yes. What have you enjoyed most about working here?
That's a really good question. I really enjoy working with the team we have built here, and I love that each day brings something new for me to accomplish or learn. So thank you for your time, and we'll be in contact within the next week to let you know what our decision is.
Thank you. I am looking forward to hearing from you.
Great. Okay. Well, it was good to meet you, and you can just head on out here.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So I don't know about you, but I thought Sarah's interview went a lot better than Jericho's did. So first of all, she was friendly and professional. She answered in complete sentences, didn't have her cell phone out, and she also made direct eye contact and gave a lot of details when questions were asked. She also gave a lot of details about her employment history and her academic history, and those things are usually very important to employers. She was also prepared, knew a little bit about the company. You could tell she had done some research, which shows your employer that you're really interested in the work. And she was also prepared to answer the strengths and weaknesses questions. And then lastly, she had a question for her employer at the end of the interview. So I don't know if you remember, but her question was, what is your favorite thing about working here? And that is a great question for any interview because first of all, it shows your interviewer that you are really interested and eager to get the job, and then it also tells you a little bit about what the work environment will be there, which is important as well. So hopefully you can take away a few things from Sarah's interview about what to do, and maybe a few things from Jericho's interview about what not to do.